What's up, guys? How are we doing tonight? It's Thursday evening, almost 6 in the evening. Going for a little walk. Just a quick note what I'm paying attention to. What is the deal with people not even saying hi when you're meeting each other in the stairway or in the doorway or whatnot, wherever you're living, you know? What's the deal with not saying hi to each other anymore? I mean, I get it. If you're living in, I don't know, New York or in some huge city in China, or doesn't matter where, sure. I mean, I understand that there's so many people, you just don't have really any connection to each other, so you don't bother even saying hi to each other. But when you're living in a small place like I do, just normal action. When you meet and you get eye contact, you just say, "Yeah, hi." It's not a big deal. But it's kind of weird not doing that. That's how I view it anyway. I find it extremely strange. Maybe even a little bit disrespectful, actually, to be honest. Yeah, just something I'm paying attention to more and more. I feel as actually it is becoming more and more distancing from each other. I think also, actually, I think you can probably make a research. There's a link because of the pandemic before, and that caused people not interact with each other, and that is kind of still affecting us now. I mean, this will probably move away with time, but it sure has affected me to some degree. I feel my social skills now is somewhat affected from that time. But I guess it's kind of like a fresh thing that you just social interaction and everything is very fresh. You need to practice it. And right now I'm actually having a course that started, and I'm happy that I was actually able to continue with it, because I felt as if I was about to lose it because I couldn't be there at the mandatory introduction day for whatever reason. And that is about social AI and social robotics. So now it's just I had maybe 2 classes. I had one today. So I find that very, very interesting, how robots, humanoid robots that's coming, how they are going to mimicking or mirroring human behavior, so we can actually interact with them on a more human level. So this course is about that, social AI, like the social and cultural aspect of AI and robotics. That I find really interesting, considering what I'm majoring in anthropology. I hope this park is open now, because they are doing something. There is something they're doing here, so it's blocked on the entrance from the other side, but now it seems good. What happened? Suddenly so many people came in this chat room. How are you doing, guys? I didn't expect that. But anyway, I wasn't really thinking about going out tonight to begin with, but I decided, because I like this park, it's nice in the evening. That's creepy. So yeah, let me start what I wanted to actually talk about. As you can see, the title, A Life Worth Living For. And what do I actually mean with that? I mean, in short, that I think many people take on a job that maybe they took a job because they don't never even considering why they really took a job or why they ended up working with this profession, for instance. It just sort of happened, maybe for reasons like, I got this because my contacts or my parents worked in this, etc., etc. There's so many scenarios where you land a job basically because of these reasons, because of somebody else. You never go on a quest to figure things out for yourself. And personally speaking, I moved around, tried different jobs, studied, and moved to other countries, always questioning what can I be good at. And not to brag or anything, but whatever I've been doing, I always had easy time learning, although it was not always anything particularly super skilled. Of course, it was not like a surgeon or anything in a civil engineering or anything particular like that. But I think it's important to try to understand why am I doing why I'm doing what I'm doing, basically. Do I really do this job profession because I am good in it, or do I just do it because of the finance, or just because of people that I know is doing the same thing? So that's you may have, if you see yourself, that's what I'm doing. I'm visualizing myself very much. How do I see myself and what I like to do, and what my skills, my personality, my background, how can I build something out of that? Let's see, just something going on. Yeah, so I try and based on those things, I'm trying to construct how I see myself in the future. Like where do I see myself, and where do I wish to see myself to be the best that I am capable of? And that's a very, very deep thing, you know. There's a lot of thoughts, it's a lot of processing, it's a lot of searching one thing and another. Not easy, not at all. And I think that if you may have to give up and lose things by doing that, compared to somebody who just you graduated and you went on and work on your dad's farm or whatever, and you took over the farm and you became like very comfortable. That's the word I was looking for. Some people, they prefer to stay comfortable, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I always told myself that I will search for a life that is interesting to me. And that is nice, but you may also have to give up on some, what should I say, like basic things, or what is considered as normal to many people. Like, okay, you started to work, you find your significant other, you took on a loan for buying a house, and you stuck there for your whole life. You know, this normal, if you can say that. That's maybe something that I had to give up in order to be where I am at now. And that's a choice of mine, you know. I think everybody, whatever you're doing, as a man and as a woman, you have to own your decision for the life you see worth living. So yeah, it's a topic I've been thinking about today. Kind of a lot. And everybody has their own journey. I think I keep coming back to that. Everybody just has to make sense of the way they want to live. And this is always going to look different. It's very contextual. You have to understand that if you are in Afghanistan, for example, let's start with that, a country which is very strictly ruled by theological principles and deeply rooted in tradition, conservative traditions. And if you're a woman, just good luck with having any opportunities, basically. Even as a man, you know, I've seen street videos there. I find it so interesting with street videos when people walking the streets and just trying to make a living there, you know, selling, I don't know, nuts or some plastic tool or selling coconut, or imagine that, going up doing that every day, like something very random like that. We just don't have that in my country. You just don't go to the city and people stand there selling like, I don't know, some spice for cooking. But that's what's so fascinating with these cultures also. So yeah, compare that with growing up in New Zealand, and you have the opportunity to work for a farm, like, I don't know, let's say kiwi farm is very popular there, or a farm in Australia, like I've done myself. I've experienced paid volunteering in Australia in different places, like with papaya and with mangoes and some other things, I think, but particularly those two. And imagine if you are growing up in an area like that, and your family, your father or whatever, own the farm, own the land, own all the equipment. You can take it over, but you will still be very stuck within this geographical area. That's all cool. That's why I will not reveal too much now, though. I need to confirm some details, but I have done kind of extensive field work on a phenomena which is called digital nomads. Partly because I kind of consider myself as one before. And this phenomena is a community, basically, of people who is living like transnationally. Transnationals moving cross countries, different borders, crossing borders, and they are able to sustain themselves not by a typical backpacker, like, yeah, I've done myself also. I have a lot of experience in this. It's funny that I can reference to, you know, that you go to one country, you do a little bit seasonal work there, you go somewhere else, you do some other kind of seasonal work. But these people have their work, like imagine you are a freelancer, or you are a writer, you are a photographer, you are some kind of work that you can sustain yourself by just having your laptop and an internet connection, essentially. This community and this phenomena of people who belong to this community, individuals who seek this life, is another kind of people. It's interesting to follow these people and understand what kind of rituals they live by and what kind of symbols do they represent. And you can actually view digital nomads as they have their own symbolic language. So yeah, I am very interested in this phenomena, because I always thought, like, yeah, imagine having a shop. Nice to having a shop, owning a little shop here in this town, for example. But then I see these guys, like every day I'm going to school, although I'm not going every day, but yeah, every now and then when I'm going in with the train, and I see these people, like a lot of them being immigrants, and they just sit there in their shops waiting the whole day. Speaking of shops, let me tell you this. They are like, let me count. They are like roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7, 10 It's a lot actually. When I think, let's say around 10 barbers just over here in this city center there. A lot of them being immigrants. And imagine, like, how do they have business go around? Of course, a lot of people need to cut their hairs and have a clean shave and all of that. But I'm like, there's one guy there, one shop, I almost never see any customers there. He's always standing outside smoking. And then I see all these other shops, they are having kind of busy schedule with always clients there. Sure, I guess they have their returning clients. That's the kind of business, you know, a local barber is the kind of business where I know a reference to my dad, for example, he's always going to the same barber. But just like seeing people sitting there waiting, I guess like you gotta put in the hours, I mean, for work, of course. But I guess like you would like to put in the hours for something that is actually representing who you are. And I'm sure there are many barbers that are just loving their job and they just love the social interactions. It's, I guess, very shallow and brief with a lot of people coming there. You're just asking and picking up on random conversations. Personally, I never like going to the barber. I find it very awkward with somebody just sitting there in the chair and just cutting there, although I should actually do it. But it's been working out anyway. But yeah, you know, seeking out what are your skills and question why do I actually go into this field. I have questioned a lot of times why did I go into a particular field or why did I study these things, but that's because I really was, it's out of curiosity, and that was always a good compass for me. So things are unfolding more and more and bit by bit. That's why my life is I'm very interested and I really believe in mysticism. And I think with that, guys, I'm going to head home. I just wanted to make this little update and this short video this nice November night. It's November 7th. A lot have happened these past days, and the United States have a new leader. Let's see how that's gonna be. I'm not so sure, considering me being in Europe and what are actually United States foreign policy gonna look like, because that does impact a lot on in the global world order. And yeah, we just gotta see. It is for sure, for certain, there is a very uncertain world and uncertain time and age right now. I'll leave you with that. Thank you for watching. Take care, everybody.